Welcome to Edge Unscripted. Listen along for candid conversations with the Edge marketing team on a variety of subjects in the world of PR and marketing and other topics that have our attention. Let's go off script.
Welcome back to Edge Unscripted. I'm Amy Jewers, CEO of Edge Marketing, and I am joined here by my wonderful cohorts from Edge. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. We're so excited to be here today. So I don't know if everybody remembers, but I know we do here in this bunch. But at the end of last year, our team shared our predictions for 2025 across AI, thought leadership, marketing, PR, LinkedIn, video, you name it. And so now today, our goal is to share our, maybe reflect on 2025. Were we right? Were we wrong? Or for sure, we're going to share with you what our 2026 predictions are. So I hope you're all ready. This is going to be a little bit of a quick run through. We also have an article that we're going to post on our website. So if you want to get the full read, you can go there as well. But for today, right now, we're just going to start with this and share with you and jump in. And hopefully you'll find this enlightening and helpful. So first up, we have Vicki LaBrosse. Vicki, first, let's just check in with you and see if you want to talk about your 2025 prediction, if you're right or wrong, or mostly right, or no, you're never wrong.
That's right. Yeah, I definitely think my 2025 prediction hit the nail on the head this year. I talked about how video and audio content was an integral part of marketing and PR, and it would really flourish in 2025. And I think we can see this just by scrolling through our LinkedIn feeds. Every other post is either a clip, a reel, a podcast recording. So I think video and audio really did take off. Also, something that I noted is when we send out press releases on behalf of our clients who incorporated video within their press announcement got way more play on those announcements than those that did not. So I thought that was really interesting. So keep that video and audio and even just general graphics going when you're going to send out announcements. Another thing that I noted too, when I was looking through some stats, is that 95% of marketers consider video and audio important in 2025, which is up 7% from 2024. I think 2024 was like 88%. So we're definitely seeing an increase of almost everybody moving over to audio and video recordings. So my 2026 prediction kind of builds upon that. And instead of video and audio just being a supportive marketing and PR asset, it is going to be the main engine of communication in 2026. So just short, authentic video and quick audio clips become the default way for firms to explain who they are, what they do, especially on LinkedIn and in owned channels. Every day talking to the camera is what really will build trust and credibility within the space. And my advice is that if you're a marketing and PR in legal or accounting tech, a leader in those spaces, start now by building a simple habit of recording and repurposing conversations, webinars, panels, even internal talks. Those work too. Make them into snackable video and podcast style clips.
Vicki, you missed something. You didn't say the word AI.
Yes,
I did not hear that once. Wow. I'm like, oh, okay.
I have a feeling it's going to come up in this conversation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and of course, AI makes video and audio production so much easier now.
Yes,
you can, if you have breaking news or a crisis coming out, within minutes to hours, you can have a well put together video or audio clip to send to your market. So
absolutely.
Go AI.
Yeah.
I didn't need you to do that. I didn't need you to bring in AI, but I just thought it was kind of funny. I'm like, oh, wait. Don't worry, people. There's going to be plenty more AI chat coming. Don't worry. Anyways, that's awesome. All right. Okay, Mary, you're up. Tell us, check in and maybe, obviously what you vision for 2026.
Yeah. So last year I kind of predicted that the human connection would be important with the rise of AI. So as people use AI to create content or write drafts of things, it was important to also preserve the human aspect. And I don't know if we're fully there yet. I do feel like people are still missing that element at times. So I think that's something that will continue into 2026, that people will have to try to preserve that. But my new prediction is that AI is going to change how people find and choose professional service firms. So instead of just typing in a Google search and scrolling through links, a lot of people are using AI tools to just ask questions and get the answers. So in many cases, they're using those AI tools to recommend and make decisions on any brands that they'll use or people that they should trust. So it means visibility isn't just about ranking anymore. It's whether AI clearly understands who you are, what you do, and why you are credible. So firms that are clear about their positioning, consistent in their messaging, and strong in showing their expertise will have the advantage. So making sure your profiles and content and website are all up to date with things that the AI tools will scan and bring to the users is definitely important. So traditional SEO will still matter, but it's not just enough on its own. You need to make sure that you do GEO or AEO, so generative engine optimization, to make sure that these tools are picking up what you're putting out there. We did hear a lot about this past year. I feel like it's become a big thing. So I think it will continue in 2026 and be very important for a lot of brands to get on that bandwagon.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, we've seen it here at Edge when I get new leads in the door. It's like, how did you hear about us? Like, well, I found you through, chat. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, great.
Mhm.
I mean, because we do a lot of PR for the agency itself, but yes, so it's definitely something to, it's been on our radar. We have a GEO service, but also it's definitely where things are headed. So I love that prediction, Mary. Very well done. Good job. Okay, Tanya, you're up.
Well, in 2025, a thing that I talked about a lot was that people are putting their stake in the ground and choosing LinkedIn as their primary channel for marketing to their customer, their target audience. And I think that's pretty much, as has been demonstrated by the conversations that we're having right now. Everybody's been talking about LinkedIn, and that's about the only social media channel that we're really talking about. So I think we're gonna see that continue into 2026. And the other thing that I think is going to be important for 2026 is measuring the impact of your activity. So yes, we look at impressions, we look at raw engagement, but those things are going to be replaced by sharper indicators tied to trust, influence, and actual meaningful business outcomes. That's going to mean that your departments kind of need to unsilo a little bit and talk to each other and see how what you're putting out there is affecting the bottom line.
Yeah, absolutely. I know over the last year, we've done a lot here to really dig into the analytics more for the effectiveness of LinkedIn and campaigns, et cetera. And so like, I to kind of add on to what you were saying about the use of it, I think too, there's going to be a lot more analytics happening and smarter decisions being made in terms of effectiveness and results. So
more informed decisions for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, Nicole.
Hello. So last year I was talking, mine is very similar to Mary. So Mary, you and I think alike here. But it was all about AI and trying to figure out, what our company is going to be adopting. Are they going to allow the use of AI? If so, how are they going to allow the use? Who can use it? And the human expert side of it was very important then, trying to figure out, who can use it, who can actually edit it and make sure it fits your brand and overall strategy. And I think for 2026, AI governance will move from that side conversation and trying to, just think about it, but not really act on it, to a core part of brand and risk management. So I think firms that, will be the ones that treat AI outputs like any other high stakes content, will be the winners here. You know, it has to be reviewed, it has to be refined, and it has to be aligned to the standards that the company has in place. So they need to make sure that, you know, whatever is getting put out there, it can be generated originally by AI. That's not an issue. That's sometimes really great, but it needs to still have that human refinement. And there has to be clear standards and definitions around who's looking at it and, you know, how in depth, so that it does fit. So, you know, companies need to really make sure that that's a priority for them in the coming year.
Yeah, I think, okay, show of hands, who here at Edge and at home or wherever you are, when you're reading something, who can easily spot that it's AI generated, which is fine, but it was not checked. Like, it was just like, it was
If
like,
it's not checked, it's very obvious.
right. So show of hands. I mean, we've been doing this long enough that we can see it from a mile away. And so I really believe, Nicole, like that trend of having that accountability and precision and just really fine tuning is going to become way more important. And that's I'm going to tag onto that when I do my prediction. So hold off on that part. But yeah, thank you for that. Okay, Jennifer.
Hi. Last year, I think my prediction was kind of centered around clarity, mostly with respect to how organizations were using AI tools and being able to talk about and understand their use cases and how you were going to implement them in your organizations. In 2026, I think it's going to be about clarity, but in a different way. I think AI is letting us create a lot of content, but I think the result of that is even more information overload than we had before. I think the volume of content that's being produced today, whether it's blogs or thought leadership articles, videos, social posts, newsletters, our inboxes are full, our LinkedIn feeds are full, everywhere we go. It's so much. And I think that the production of content is really outpacing our capacity to consume it. Even the, marketing automation tools allow you to personalize a lot. That LinkedIn, other channels enable great segmentation. Even with all of that, people still feel really overwhelmed with what they're facing. And so what I think in 2026 will be a big differentiator are organizations that are able to communicate with a lot of clarity and purpose and putting content in front of people that is meaningful to them. I expect to see fewer broad campaigns and a lot more depth in the storyline and the narratives that people are seeing. I expect organizations to revert to maybe greater discipline around their messaging and just making sure that what they're putting out there connects with people, because more isn't more. I think we're going to get back to maybe a more less is more approach, so that companies aren't just contributing a lot of noise because they feel like they have to. I have to post so many times a week, or I have to produce so many blogs a month, or whatever it is. And if it's not quality and if it's not purposeful and meaningful to your audience, I think we're going to rethink the volume in 2026, because just because AI makes it easy to produce a lot of content doesn't mean all of that content should be produced.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. All right. So thank you for that, Jennifer. Now we have Cindy.
Hi.
Hi.
So last year, my prediction was about using AI to do more with less. And I think we all are doing that, as Jennifer just said. Like, we're producing way more content than ever. And, my prediction this year is similar. And it's kind of what everybody else has already been saying too. For small and medium-sized businesses like the clients that we work with, I think the year ahead is going to be the year that us marketing people feel like marketing is going to be a little bit more manageable again. We're going to use AI to streamline so many of those tasks that once drained our time and energy, and it's going to give us more breathing room to focus on what matters, like telling really good stories and knowing our audiences on a deeper level and building repeatable programs. And I think repeatable programs are what's key to having a successful marketing program. I think with automation and agents becoming part of our everyday routines, our leaner teams are going to get more strategic, and the businesses that are going to come out ahead will be the ones who use AI to stay consistent, curious, connected to customers in a really human way.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like there has to be a transformational shift in how you're leveraging all of this so that it really truly does resonate. And small businesses, I think, are going to, and even big businesses too, are going to be able to take the most advantage in terms of leveraging this technology to make sure that, you know, no matter how lean you are, you have all of these these tools and intelligence at your disposal, and you're kind of silly to not use it. So
That's right.
thank you for Cindy. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So my turn. All right. So my prediction, just, you know, I talked last year about transparency and trust, and kind of getting back to Mary's point about the answer engines, you know, the ChatGPTs, Geminis, you name it. I feel like there is a huge shift. If we think about what we were telling our clients 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4 years-ish ago, is content is king, right? And so our huge push back then was like, we need content, we need more content, we need long form content, we need blog posts, we need, you know, everything, content, SEO, go, right? And now with this shift in, you know, thinking about GEO, that it's almost more about producing higher quality content that is not only discoverable and meaningful, but content that lives in trusted source areas. Like PR is obviously you know, sticks out as number one in my opinion. And so I think what we're going to be talking with our clients about in 2026 is, you know, making sure that our PR is not necessarily about getting a ton of coverage. Of course, we want that, but also we want it to be trusted, you know, coming from trusted sources with solid messaging, and everyone, you know, because everyone's getting information from the same place and there's just a lot of noise. So I think the key would be to really develop that compelling content that becomes that trusted voice in the industry and for these engines. So fluffy announcements probably will get ignored, and the stories that really we want our clients to get attention for are the ones that are going to be stand out and getting noticed. So the goal is just for 2026 is to have your brand and your people and your company to become known as the credible voice in the market that is hitting the right media outlets, and just, you know, rather than racking up a bunch of mentions that really don't matter, it's really truly about quality and making your voice and your brand get found. So I do have, anybody want to add to that, or okay, so I do have one bonus prediction. All right, I'm throwing in a little, you know, wild one here. And this is something that I think we've experienced as a team, such as, you know, in AI, a lot of AI is used for simple tasks, you know, create social posts, whatever else, drafting things or check my draft or whatever it would be. I feel like this next year we're going to be moving more toward a more sophisticated use of AI and not taking humans out of the loop, right? But I feel like there's going to be more agentic type workflows that companies and peoples, and I know us as an entity, we're going to be leveraging and using and implementing. And so it's definitely going to move more toward that agentic, so that we as professionals who have been doing this for many years are able to, definitely leverage AI for the simpler tasks, but free up more time for us and any professional to be able to focus on what truly drives them, motivates them, and gets them excited about their job every day, which is really thinking strategically, coming up with these campaigns, and moving everybody, ourselves and our clients, ahead. So I feel like the world is getting ready for that, and there's already some of that out there. And so I just see that happening more and more, and kind of becoming more of the norm of, marketing, PR, and operations. So super excited about that. And that might be a little teaser for what's going to be coming in 2026 for us as an agency. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. But yes, we're super excited about the next year. And I feel like if there's anybody else that has another prediction that maybe they want to, are we good? Are we all talked out?
We're good.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a wrap. If you take one thing from this episode, the brands that win are going to be the ones that are clear, they're credible, they're consistent, they are trusted. And even when the landscape changes, I think those anchor points are always going to hold true. And so if you have any predictions for 2026, we're going to be posting this on LinkedIn, or maybe you're seeing this on LinkedIn right now. Go ahead and tell us what you think. And if you also want some help, pressure testing your PR and your communications plan for the next year, come on over and give me a call, or give us a call, send us an email, and we'd love to discuss that with you. So I think that's a wrap. So thank you, everybody, for listening to Edge Unscripted. Have a good rest of your day.
This has been Edge Unscripted. We appreciate you joining us and hope you enjoyed the conversation. Connect with us by leaving a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.